Today is Monday, March 2nd, 2026. I'm Lee Monch presenting. This is Kear Newsline. In the headlines, Liberia embassy in Accra confirms the death of 26-year-old Liberian Austin Tengwe in Ghana. Traditional leaders in Nemba County reject UMC same-sex stance, reaffirm support to the Global Methodist Church in Ganta Mission dispute. Liberia National Police launched manhunt for Rachel Cooper after allegedly raping his 12-year-old stepdaughter. And away from Liberia, former U.S. diplomat sentenced to life imprisonment for abusing two girls in Burkina Faso. This plus our news bulletin, the voices of the newsmakers, details of this development, and much more. Our package. We'll take this break to be right back. Many thanks for rejoining us. Liberia embassy in Accra has received confirmed information regarding the death of Liberian national Austin Tengwe, aged 26, following an incident that occurred on February 27, 2026, in the Lushiba Sakumono area in Accra. The embassy in the release said it was informed on the matter on February 28, 2026, and immediately initiated contact with relevant authorities of the Republic of Ghana, including the crime unit of the district police, to obtain verified details and ensure that appropriate procedures have been followed. According to information provided by the Ghana Police Service, the matter is currently under active investigation. The embassy has been informed that arrests have been made in connection to the incident and efforts are ongoing to apprehend other individuals believed to be involved. The embassy noted that the Ghana Police Service responded to the scene and transported Mr. Tengbe to the Sakumono Community Hospital, where he was later pronounced dead. The embassy has been in communication with individuals connected to the incident, members of the Liberian community in Ghana, and the appropriate Ghanaian authorities. The embassy extends its deepest condolences to the family, friends, and community of Mr. Tengwe. The embassy urged members of the Liberian community in Ghana to remain calm and allow the ongoing investigations to proceed. Traditional leaders in Basila and Bengay in Nemba County have backed the Global Methodist Church in its dispute with the United Methodist Church over the Ganta Mission Station. The traditional leaders claimed their ancestors donated the land, including the church, school, and hospital, to Dr. George Halley for missionary work, and reject the United Methodist Church stance on same-sex relationship as a betrayal of the original agreement. The United Methodist Church has asserted that the property belongs to them under church laws. The Supreme Court has lifted a ban on the Global Methodist Church use of the Ganta Mission properties, allowing them to hold their annual conference there, but the ownership dispute remains unresolved, with a hearing scheduled for March 3rd, 2026. A man identified as Rachel Cooper is reportedly on the run after allegedly raping his 12-year-old stepdaughter in Beachtown, Wacken, Widebo Statutory District. According to police authorities, the alleged statutory rape case was reported by the child's biological father. The father, who spoke to police, said he was informed by his ex-wife that the incident occurred on Sunday, February 22nd, 2026. The mother, who recently gave birth to a one-week-old baby, allegedly told him that her current husband, Rachel Cooper, had earlier requested sex from her, which she refused. She reportedly explained that after refusing him, he left their room. Moments later, she said she heard unusual sound coming from her daughter's room. Upon going to investigate, she allegedly found Cooper on top of the 12-year-old, forcibly engaging in sexual intercourse with her. The mother says she immediately began shouting for help, prompting Cooper to flee the scene. The county police detachment confirmed the incident and told reporters that based on the allegation, the survivor was taken to the Barclayville Health Center for medical examination and treatment. Police say a search is ongoing for the suspect and investigation remain active it, pending his arrest. President Joseph Boakai has announced a series of appointments aimed at strengthening governance and improving public service delivery in Liberia. At the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, the President has nominated Mr. Bill McGill Jones as Deputy Minister for Administration, while Madam Jennifer Davis Rose has been named Assistant Minister for Administration. Meanwhile, at the Ministry of Local Government, Mr. Francis Jimale has been nominated as Minister. Other nominees include Edo Moba as Deputy Minister for Local Government and Decentralization, Samuel Brown as Deputy Minister for Administration, and Selena Paulson Marpe as Deputy Minister for Research, Policy and Planning, Joseph Bana as Deputy Minister for Peace Building, Madam Fatima Bentu Salif as Deputy Minister for Urban Affairs, and Mr. Alfonso Pikins as Assistant Minister for Local Government and Decentralization. According to the executive mansion, these appointments are intended to enhance institutional performance, promote decentralization, and advance national development priorities. President Bouaka has emphasized the importance of professionalism, integrity, and accountability in public service, calling on all nominees to serve the nation with dedication and commitment. Authorities of Bone County has dedicated the renovated Fakwala Commissioner Compound in Penta District. The project, valued at US 28,000, aims to strengthen local governance and improve administrative infrastructure. Speaking during the ceremony, Superintendent Howard Norris emphasized the importance of collective responsibility in safeguarding public assets, urging residents to take ownership of the renovated compound. According to her, the renovation is part of Bone County's development agenda, highlighting cooperation between local authorities and lawmakers. For his part, the District Commissioner Moses Domte expressed gratitude for the renovation, pledging to occupy and maintain the compound. Marketers in Ominga, Painesville over the weekend staged a protest demanding the removal of his stockpile of garbage near the Ellen building. The vendors selling plantains, bitter balls, and peppers claimed the waste poses serious risks and hurt their businesses. The aggrieved marketer spokesperson Bendu Kamara alleged that the Omenka market superintendent Jada McLean collected LD 500 from each vendor for garbage removal but has not done anything. The marketers are urging the Painesville City Corporation to intervene and remove the waste, threatening to intensify protests if nothing is done. Meanwhile, Superintendent Jala McLean has denied the collection of money to remove the garbage, saying he only followed up on removal costs and collected regular table fees. Former President George Weah is encouraging graduates of the D. Maswell Kimia Women Empowerment and Innovation and Vocational Skill Training Center to strive in utilizing their skills in making progress in the society. He said success in life depends on the seriousness of the person's desire to make living by putting in practice from the little skills he or she obtains from the training. Ambassador Weah spoke when he pledged to provide 29 sewing machines for graduates of the D. Maswell Kimia Women Empowerment and Vocational Skill Training Center in Painesville on Sunday. Remarking during the program, the political leader of the Movement for Economic Empowerment, D. Maswell Kimia, vowed to decentralize the training center in order to benefit people from other communities. At the end of the program, 49 females were certificated for successfully completing the training at the D. Maswell Kimia Women Empowerment and Vocational Skill Training Center in Painesville. The program, which was held at the headquarters of the Movement for Economic Empowerment, was raised by a large number of people, including members and sympathizers of the Congress for Democratic Change, relatives of the graduate and motorcyclists. The Youth Congress of the Alternative National Congress has strongly criticized the Liberian government for the mass demolition of homes in Monrovia in recent times. The ANC Youth Congress Secretary General Obadiah Soninga said it is unthinkable for the government that campaigned to rescue will in turn inflict mass homelessness and suffering on the ordinary people. Delivering the state of the Youth Congress of the NC Youth Congress, Obadiah claimed that the importation of the yellow machine is not the solution to the bread and butter issue among the ordinary people in the country. According to Obadiah, the government has now resolved to turn the officers of the Liberia National Police into an instrument of oppression whenever the people want to demonstrate to demand their rights. Obadiah claimed that funds allotted in the approved national budget as placed to benefit the elite in the government, while medicines in hospital have run low, support for education has dropped considerable, and funding for agriculture is below the prescribed percentage by international partners. In the wake of reports of many Liberians being stranded in exile due to scam, a new group, the Liberia Human Trafficking and Scheme Victim Support Commission, is calling for the intervention of the government of Liberia to address welfare challenges of victims. According to the group's executive officer, Zaga Sukise said the number of Liberians trapped in scheme in exile is alarming. As such, urgent attention from both the government and well-meaning Liberians is needed. In an interview with this station, stated that since its formation in January 2026, its organization has rescued and returned more than 26 Liberians stranded in various countries. He said despite the initial effort, his organization continues to face funding, logistics, and other challenges that hindered its ability to repatriate more Liberians who are in dire need of support. The National Legislature has been urged to revisit the approved national budget, purposely to allot some funding for the maintenance of the yellow machines, the payment of those who have been appointed to coordinate the operation and work on them. An expert in infrastructure sector, Anthony Cole, said there is a need for the national coordinating team and other employed need to be paid so as to properly maintain these machines to serve for the Liberian people with longevity. Speaking in the media engagement in Painesville during the weekend, Cole encouraged the president to also be used in assisting in clearing communion's fins. Cole commended President Joseph Boakai for fulfilling the pledge of bringing yellow machines to address the challenges in the maintenance of roads throughout the country. A Liberian named Austin Ost over the weekend was mobbed to death in Ghana by angry crowd after allegedly cracking joke with a pregnant Ghanaian woman. The incident, which was captured on video, shows the crowd calling him rogue in Twi, a local language in Ghana. Reports said the deceased Austin bled to death and his remains have been deposited at a local hospital in Accra following investigation by the Liberian embassy in Ghana. With that, we take this short break to be back with voices of the newsmakers. Many thanks for rejoining us. Let's take our first development. Former President George Weah is encouraging graduates of the D. Mazra Sakimia Women Empowerment and Vocational Skill Training Center to strive utilizing their skills in making progress in the society. He says success in life depends on the seriousness of the person's desire to make living by putting the practice from the little skill he or she obtains from the training. Ambassador spoke when he pledged to provide 49 sewing machines for the graduate of the D. Maswell Kimia Women Empowerment and Vocational Training Center in Peaceville over the weekend. Remarking during the program, the political leader of the Movement for Economic Empowerment, D. Maswe Kimia, vowed to decentralize the training program in order to benefit people from other communities. Hope that. The political leader of the Movement for Economic Empowerment, the Maswa Kenya, had relating to former President George Weah. The Youth Congress of the Alternative National Congress has strongly criticized the Liberian government for the mass demolition of homes in Moravia in recent times. ANC Youth Congress Secretary General Obadiah Soninga spoke during a press conference over the weekend. ANC Youth Congress Secretary General Obadiah Soninga. The National Insurance Company of Liberia has concluded a successful participation in the 20th Annual International Insurance Seminar organized by the Ghanaian Reinsurance Company, which was held in Aqua Safari Resort from February 22nd to 28, 2026. The National Insurance Company of Liberia's delegation was led by Acting Director General Abdullah Soare, who represented the corporation throughout a week-long professional training and engagement program held under the Team Advanced Property Insurance, Underwriting and Claims Management. The seminar brought together more than 100 insurance practitioners from 12 African countries, including Liberia, Ghana, Gabon, Ethiopia, Sudan, Togo, Zambia, Kenya, Rwanda, Malawi, Namibia, and Cameroon. Participants were exposed to intensive technical section, practical case studies, and high-level panel discussion focused on property risk assessment, premium pricing, loss control measures, and efficient claims administration. Special attention was placed on emerging risks, catastrophic exposure, and the use of modern underwriting tools to strengthen industry resilience. Abdullah Sari said the knowledge and experience gained from the seminar would directly improve their underwriting techniques, enhance their accuracy of their risk pricing, and strengthen strict claim settlement processes. He noted that the National Insurance Component of Liberia's engagement at the forum is part of a broader strategy to modernize the institution and restore public confidence in the international insurance system. Today's development, the national legislature has been urged to revisit the approved national budget, purposely to allot some funding to the maintenance of the yellow machines, the payment of those who have been appointed to coordinate the operation and work on them. An expert in infrastructure sector, Anthony Ko underscored the need for the national coordinating team and other employed to be paid so as to properly maintain these machines to serve the Liberian people with longevity. An infrastructure expert, Anthony Calder speaking. Well, listeners, if you're just tuning, you are listening to Kear Newsline. Today is Monday, March 2nd, 2026. I'm Lee Monch presenting. The stories top in the news this morning. Liberia embassy in Accra, Ghana confirms death of 26-year-old Liberian Austin Temple. Traditional leaders in Nemba County reject UMC same-sex stance, reaffirm support to the Global Methodist Church in Ganta Mission dispute. Liberia National Police launched manhunt for Richie Cooper after allegedly raping his 12-year-old stepdaughter. And away from Liberia, former U.S. diplomat sentenced to life for abusing two girls in Burkina Faso. These plus many more are ahead. We take this break to be back. Many thanks for rejoining us. In the wake of reports of many Liberians being stranded in exile due to scam, the new group, the Liberia Human Trafficking and Scam Victim Support Commission, is calling for the intervention of the national government to address welfare challenges of victims. According to the group's chief executive officer, Zukasese, The number of Liberians trapped in scheme in Eza is alarming, and as such, urgent attention from both the government and well-many Liberians are needed. In an interview with this station, C stated that since the formation in January 2026, his organization has rescued and returned more than 26 Liberians stranded in various countries. The chief executive officer of a group under the banner Liberia Human Trafficking and Scheme Victim Support Commission, they're speaking. Traditional leaders from Basila in Bingay in Nimba County have backed the Global Methodist Church in its dispute with the United Methodist Church over the Ganta mission station. The traditional leaders claim that their ancestors donated the land, including the church, school, and hospital to Dr. George Halley for missionary works, and reject the UMC stance on same-sex relationship as the betrayal of the original agreement. Here are traditional leaders speaking to newsmen over the weekend. traditional leaders in Nimba County there speaking. The ninth edition of the Liberia National Quranic Recitation Competition organized by the United Dawa Oman of Liberia has ended with the winner Mohamedou Malise walking away with 1,500 United States dollars. The chairman of the judges of the Quranic Recitation Committee, Mohamed Dora, disclosed that Say won with 99.41% after reciting the entire Holy Quran. According to Dora, students say is from Rado County won the first category with reciting the entire Holy Quran.
Anthony.
Hmm? Anthony?
Anthony Stevens.
Today's development has Liberia intensifies debate over establishing a long-awaited war crimes code. Justice experts are urging lawmakers to explicitly criminalize forced marriage in the court funding status, warning that failure to do so risks sidelining one of the Civil War's more pervasive abuses. One of these experts, Elise Kiplot, executive director of the US-based Global Justice Center, and who covered Liberia for more than 2 decades with Human Rights Watch, said it was incredibly important that forced marriage is named among prosecutable offenses as the legislature considers six competing bills to create a code. Additionally, the Liberian National Bar Association and a coalition of civil society groups led by the Independent National Convention on Human Rights lists forced marriage on crimes against humanity. According to Anthony Stevens, judiciary correspondent of News Narratives, there are now six bills before the national legislature calling for the forced marriage to be criminalized. Anthony Stevens' new narrative judiciary report today speak with that report. In a way from Liberia, a United States citizen has been sentenced to a life in prison after being convicted of sexually abusing two teenage girls while working at the U.S. Embassy in Burkina Faso. The U.S. Department of Justice said 41-year-old Fort Satafa Mara from Maryland was sentenced on Wednesday following a 2 week trial in October 2025 in the state federal district court. The jury found him guilty of 4 counts of aggravated sexual abuse of a minor, as well as attempted coercion and enticement of a minor and attempted obstruction of justice. The prosecution was brought as part of Project Safe Childhood, a nationwide initiative launched by the Justice Department in 2006 to combat child sexual exploitation. Prosecutors said the offenses took place in 2022 and 2023 in Ouagadougou, the capital of Burkina Faso, where Mara was employed by the U.S. State Embassy. Well, listeners, on that notice, I would like to draw down the curtains of today's Monday, March 2nd, 2026, 6 a.m. edition of Kear Newsline. This has been the joint effort of the News and Current Affairs Department, yet at Kear Communications Network. Many thanks to all of our reporters, contributors, editors who help in making this edition of the program a success. Many thanks to our Francis who sat at control and handled the technical aspect. At the same time, ensure our visibility goes beyond the studio. Before we take a leave, a relook of our headlines. Liberia Embassy in Accra, Ghana confirms death of 26-year-old Liberian Austin Tengwe in Ghana. Traditional leaders in Nemba County reject UMC same-sex stance, reaffirm support to the Global Methodist Church in counter-mention dispute. As the other heard in the news, Liberia National Police launched manhunt for Reggie Cooper after allegedly raping his 12-year-old stepdaughter. And away from Liberia, former U.S. diplomat sentenced to life for abusing 2 girls in Burkina Faso. Thanks for listening. I'm Lee Monji, represented. Good morning.